So Lake Atitlán covers about 50 square miles or about 130 square kilometers in total. It is known to be the deepest lake in Central America and is actually the remnants of a volcano itself. There have been a series of mass eruptions here over the millions of years. The last one was 1.5 million years ago, roughly, which led to a pretty large event, which then collapsed the volcano into what it is today and has allowed the other volcanoes around it to grow up. It's just, I don't think it's very clear on the camera or not, but you can just see the hills on the other side of the lake there now. So Panajachel would be roughly straight across from us. Anyway, let's take a walk back over to the other lancha site where all the boats are, and I'll show you the touristy side of San Pedro. So just heading over to the other dock area here. So this one we're heading towards is the one that you will typically come to when you arrive from, Panajachel, which is 90% of people starting in Lake Atitlán. That's where they come from. And this is also the area where you have to be careful if you're going to get a tuk-tuk, because they will try to charge you much more than necessary because you're new and just arriving. So even if you walk a couple blocks east or west from this dock, you'll see a big difference, and it's a lot easier to pick up a tuk-tuk at a proper price. Lots of quiet streets around, as you can see. Even the roosters are mulling about. You can really see a difference just as you head down here towards the other lancha landing area, how much more touristy it is. More things like, massage, fancier restaurants, lots of different hostels and hotels. And then when we finally get down to the end, you're going to see again just how touristy it gets. So we're in the thick of it now. This is, as you can see, significantly busier than what we saw before. And we'll take a little walk down this way. So this is the main launch point for everyone coming from Panajachel. And you can see it's very touristy down here. Lots of shops, lots of restaurants. It's all very, very well made up. Take a walk down here to the docks. No, I'm okay, thank you. No, I'm just video. So this is the Panajachel arrival point, I guess the best way to put it. And you can see from down here some of the other towns. You actually get a nicer view down here compared to up higher, which is sort of below that bit of haze. And as many problems as they have with the water here, it's surprisingly clear when you look at it. Tomorrow, we're not even going that far. We're just kind of going around this point on the other side is where we're heading next. And then we're going to keep working our way around the lake as we go. But you can see from just walking from the top of the hill where we were starting in the park down to here at the water how different this town can be. And I always recommend to people, try and get out of the touristy areas if you can, because things are much more interesting once you do. Again, for a town that has, 90 or 95% Mayan indigenous population, you would never know it when you're down here by the water in the first few streets. Everything is very polished and very Western, and there's so much more to offer here in San Pedro and all the towns around Lake Atitlán, as you're going to discover. One of the things I can definitely recommend picking up, however, and I'm paying this forward since it was recommended to me, is that down by the waterfront when you first arrive, there's a lady named Yolanda that sells banana bread, and I have been told it is the best banana bread in Guatemala. So it was 20 quetzales for a full loaf. It was actually 30 if you bought two, so it's even cheaper. But one will be more than enough for me. And anyway, we're gonna head back here now and try it out, and I'll give you the room tour. So I thought I'd give you a quick room review here where I stayed in San Pedro along Lake Atitlán. This is Hotel Peneleu, and I was here for 3 nights, and it was a great spot. It's nice, sort of about halfway up the hill between the downtown tourist area and then the sort of main local area at the top of the hill. So this room came with 2 single beds. Bed comfortable. I only used one of them, obviously. There was a little table here sort of between the beds, which I used for charging my laptop and all that sort of stuff. In through here was a standard bathroom, nice shower back there with some hot water, and it was a good little spot. Nothing super fancy, but I have to say that for my needs, for a few days, it was a great spot to be able to explore San Pedro from. Quiet at night, and overall a great spot. But I have to say that the best part of this place, on top of the comfortable bed and all that stuff, the other really nice feature here was the patio. So right outside your door here, this is the view you get. So you've got a great view of the lake all here. My next destination is just over here on the left, and when you look this way, of course, there is San Pedro volcano, which is where this town sits at the base of. So this was great to be able to sit out here in the shade, get some work done. Really nice spot for that. So I'll put the information on the screen here if you're looking for a place to stay here in San Pedro that's not a hostel and not overly expensive, but has everything you kind of need to use as a base of operations to explore the town and the area. If you want to go explore some of the other spots around the lake, there's 2 launch points here in San Pedro, as you saw in this video. So you can use either one of those to get to pretty much everywhere else around the lake. Great spot. Lots of restaurants around, lots of local shops around. There's a laundry service right by the front door here at the first convenience store. And the manager of this hotel is an older gentleman who was really nice, really helpful. And it's nice to always try and support a local place run by local Guatemalan people. And that's it. Really good spot. Highly recommended, and hope you come and stay at Hotel Peneleu if you decide to come to San Pedro. Just a quick update that banana bread is delicious. So if you're down by the launch point to go to Panajachel, or you're arriving from Panajachel, look for the lady with the basket of breads and get the banana bread because it is delicious. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like or a comment below to let me know that you were here. If this is the first time you've come across one of my videos, please subscribe if you can. And I always try to respond to all the different questions that I get in the comments. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to support me further, there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can either do that through joining one of my memberships that are offered down below, and there's also a PayPal donation link if you want to do that as a one-time thing. And remember, life is short. Wander. I'll see you in the next video.